sexy.
All right, it's time we talk about Kraven the Hunter. This is, oh my gosh, there's all the Sony Spider-Man movies that don't feature Spider-Man. There was Venom 1, 2, and 3, Morbius of all things.
1 and 2. Oh, yeah, 1.
Yeah. Just these movies, Madam Web, there was Madam Web. We're taking all the characters around Spider-Man, and I think all of them have a similar flaw. Spider-Man isn't in the movie, not even mentioned, although there is I was sort of veiled reference in Kraven the Hunter. But Alan, tell me about Kraven the Hunter.
Yes, Kraven is okay. So here we go. Kraven and his brother are the sons of the Russell Crowe character, Russian mob boss, and during a hunting accident, young Kraven is wounded. And a young, let's call her voodoo person from Africa, she has a vial of health serum, brings him back to life, and the boy becomes Kraven. But because of the harsh rule and fist of his father, they become estranged. And I'm explaining this horribly. You want to take over for me?
Alan, this is what you do for a living.
Not explain plots.
You were so good in our out of the theater review.
You know what it is? It's like I get comments all the time of how horrible I am.
You need to work on that. That would be good. I need to work on saying.
I'm just saying. I don't want to ruin the algorithm.
We all have our flaws. Look. It's a very simple story of two brothers have a Russian mob boss who made his fortune with drugs. He's a hunter. He's trying to make his boys into manly men, the two brothers. And on a safari, one of them like hesitates for a moment, and young Kraven, is attacked by a lion. He's almost mauled to death. He's carried off by the lion. His body is found, and a vial of magic potion from a young woman named Calypso drops into his blood, and he somehow is imbued with powers he's learning to understand. He has a fallout with his father and runs away, goes on like a cruise ship back to Mother Russia, where he goes to a forest, this serene forest that he used to go to with his mother. He sees a carved on the side of a tree, his brother's name and his name, Kravenoff. And he learns and discovers these powers. What he witnesses is a bunch of poachers killing animals for simply their horns. They leave their bodies in a field, and this enraged, he takes them out. He becomes like a John Wick-like assassin for hunters who abuse animals, and discovers a whole ring of people doing this and seeks them out. I don't want to get into too much of the story, but the second half, so he's learning his powers. The second half of the movie, his brother is abducted by some of the people that are involved in this, including someone who turns out to be the Rhino, which he looks like an accountant
with a backpack.
And he uses a backpack filled with serum to keep himself from turning into a rhino. Now, this is the gist of the story, and Kraven is. I mean, I will say there are a couple fun action sequences, bad CG, but he jumps around. When his brother is abducted, he chases this truck with guys with machine guns trying to get his brother back. It's kind of a thrilling, fun scene, and there may be 2 or 3 scenes like that of action. I'll just say this is the dumbest movie this year. This is the dumbest dialogue, to the point where, and to be fair, we saw this at a screening. Myself, you, Alan were there, Paul Chato, script doctor, Dante, Derek Anderson, Dante Verbal Riot. We were laughing our asses off, but it's not so dumb like Madam Web, where it's so stupid you're laughing. It's actually dumb. Like, it felt like the script was written with AI, where it's like, I'm a hunter, I hunt. It was like a first draft of a script written by AI. And look, Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven, he's okay. It's more of a physical performance on that level. He's very good. He's actually good on that. Fred Heikinger plays Dimitri, his brother. Ariana DeBose plays Calypso, and she's these are characters they kind of plucked from Marvel. I'll just say this: the dialogue, it ruins this. It's so flat. There's no life to this. It's like written by people who don't know how humans actually interact, directed by someone who doesn't understand the language. Who directed this? I don't know.
Yeah, who cares?
J.C. Chandor, okay, who has done movies I don't recognize: Triple Frontier, A Most Violent Year, All Is Lost, Margin Call, Viper Club. Look, this, and also this puts the nail in the coffin of all these Sony spin-off Spider-Man films. They all suck, and this one may suck the worst. But it's maybe the second most fun, which is weird to say, because Madam Web, in spite of it being bad, was fun. We were laughing. It's so bad and flat and boring. There are a few action sequences that worked. Like, all right, that works. The CG was cheap and bad. But wow, did we need I never in my wildest dreams, when I had the Aurora model kit of Spider-Man with Kraven the Hunter, I'll show you a picture. It was god awful. So I don't know. It's a 2 or a 3 out of 10 for me. Alan, what did you think of Kraven the Hunter?
What I think, I mean, the question I asked after the credits ended, and we didn't get a post-credit scene.
No post-credit scene, folks.
No post-credit. But the question I asked everyone was, is this movie so bad it's good? And I think the consensus was it's pretty damn close. And again, it all surrounded around dialogue. The dialogue, I mean, before I thought it might have been written by AI, I was thinking to myself, maybe this is it was written by Tommy Wiseau. Just how bad. Right. Yeah, because there are 3 significant scenes where 2 people are in a room and all they're doing is giving us exposition.
Right.
And the dialogue in this exposition, the way it was described by one of our friends was it was hollow. You know,
yeah.
They say profound things, but there's nothing, no weight behind these profound thoughts. I'll give you an example. Like during this long conversation between Kraven and Calypso, Calypso has moved to Africa from Africa to London, took on an American accent and became a British lawyer. There's one point where it's like she says to Kraven, "I know who your father is," being, you know, the drug king, and then she is collected, and then she is connected to the London Underground, and then he says, "Well, I know who your friends are," you know, and so it's meant to be profound, but it just felt like they threw it in there because it sounded like there's some weight behind it. Calypso in the beginning of the movie pulls up a crossbow, never fires it, but in the end she uses the crossbow to save Kraven's life.
And there's a dumb line. Let me repeat the line.
Yeah,
so she says, she has the arrow. It's like summer camp. It's
no, hold on, no. It's not just that. No, let me finish it.
Please.
No, so she kills him. She has a crossbow. Kraven says summer camp, and then she says, "We all have our secrets."
Right. It's so dumb. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and look, we were laughing. We were cringing. Kraven is able to climb walls.
Right.
He has super strength.
Right.
You know, he you know, you might as well give him web shooters at this point. You know, and And ironically, he's afraid of spiders. Yeah, this is just okay. So when we talked about Venom, when we compared it to Venom, this is what I said. I don't remember Venom, but I remember Kraven the Hunter. That's why I think this movie is so bad it's good, because it is so profoundly awful. You are going to you are going to remember these awful things that you've witnessed.
And we never got this. By the way, I'm showing from eBay. This is the Aurora model kit I had as a kid. It's a Spider-Man model kit with Spider-Man shooting his web over Kraven.
Mm-hmm.
I had that when I was a kid. We're never going to get that. Why aren't we getting that? It's ridiculous. Well, so I had that kit. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. All right, back to Kraven here.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna throw it in the so bad it's good category. I think.
Oh really?
If you want to MST3K a movie, this is the movie to do it. Grab your friends, go to an empty theater, which there are plenty of. And
it'll be
watch
empty.
the movie together. We were talking throughout the entire movie, and the people in our theater were not complaining.
No one's trying. Yeah, we were, which is really verboten. You can't. You don't talk during a movie. They even have messages about that, but no one cared. No one cared. We burst out laughing at lines. We were, commenting on stuff like a rhino. The rhino guy. That alone was so dumb. He looked like this weird accountant with these glasses. He had this backpack that was always on him.
What's funny is when he first appears, he looks like a Mormon missionary. And he's got this backpack on. And I'm like, oh, the Mormons have adopted the Dora the Explorer model here. And I said the backpack should have at least had a Spider-Man. It should have been a Spider-Man backpack.
It was bad. It was, dude, it was really, colossally bad. It's bombing at the bottom. Check out what the Rotten Tomatoes score is. I believe it was 13% critic score. We'll see with the audience score. I expect to be a little higher because it's dumb.
It made $2 million over last night.
Yeah, and we were like $50 of that.
I know.
So
that was 9 of us. 9 of us.
Yeah, all 9 of us. All 9 of us. So yeah, cannot recommend this film. Maybe catch it on streaming. The minor spoiler, but it's in the trailer. He does fight Rhino at some point. That might be the best thing in the movie. But you're laughing. There's no drama. You're laughing. There's a whole turn and a reveal with his brother. So there's all these minor Marvel character cameos, but they're not in a form you would recognize.
Yeah.
Like Calypso and Rhino and a couple others I won't ruin.
There's 2 villains that are based on Marvel characters, which I couldn't think of.
Part of
me was
they're nowhere near their counterparts. Wow, what a disappointment. And so, Alan, you recommend it only for the chuckles?
Yeah.
What's your number rating?
What's my number? I'll give it a 4. So I like it twice.
I'll give it a 2. It's bad. I will never see this movie again. I still like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think, but wow, that script is so bad. It felt like AI. It really, really did.
Yeah, the only reason I'd see it again is if I get a bunch of friends and we wanted to just be a little mischievous, I'd say, hey, let's go see Kraven.